Hello, my name is Colin Walpert. I'm America's high-tech yogi. My first love is teaching yoga teachers and teaching yoga classes. I've written a book on philosophy and healing. I'm involved in information technology business, and I am fascinated with the stock market. Today came the story from pharmaceutical giants Eli Lilly and AstraZeneca. In the wake of a failure of a drug called solanezumab, which was Eli Lilly's answer to Alzheimer's disease, the drug trial failed, and as a result, there's been a collaboration between Eli Lilly and AstraZeneca to form a union to develop a BACE inhibitor drug instead, a beta secretase cleaving enzyme. And what this does is it interferes with the molecule, the protein molecule, beta amyloid, which is a protein that is responsible for Alzheimer's disease. It is produced by cells and lives in the fatty membrane of those cells. Now, what's really interesting about this particular molecule is that it's sticky. It's considered to be sticky. It sticks upon itself. So other molecules come along and they seem to cause a clump to develop. And what this ultimately does, which is what Alzheimer's is that it begins to isolate a cell from the other cells around it. So it stops the cells from communicating with each other. If it in fact is a nerve cell, it stops the synapses from transmitting. It stops secretions and imbibing of nutrients from the body. And basically, the cell becomes isolated, lonely. They clump together and basically die. And what happens is dead space appears in the brain begins to shrink, and you're sitting with Alzheimer's disease. Now, what has this got to do with yoga? Well, let's start off that AstraZeneca and Eli Lilly, instead of developing their own drugs and going off on tangents on their own, chasing capitalism and creating a drug that they can claim to be their own, decided no, let's work together. Let's collaborate, create a union, a partnership, and let's work together to find a solution to this. Now, I promise you as I sit here that individually, they probably would succeed, but together, they will succeed much quicker and far greater. The success will be unfounded compared to individually. And this is the union that I speak about in yoga. The word yoga actually means union. To yoke is to create a union between two items. Now, usually in the yoga world, we talk about this union occurring anahata, which means at the heart. It's a Sanskrit word for the heart. And all things become joined at the heart, which if you think about, what does the heart do in the yoga world? The heart is the pump of love. And basically what it does is it moves joy around your body, blood being joy. And this is the belief in the metaphysical world of what the heart does. Now, the union of two pharmaceutical companies to work together, to collaborate in a disease that is the opposite of union. Alzheimer's is the individual cells losing communication with other cells. It's the isolation of cells. It's the loneliness of cells. And it just makes so much poetic justice for two companies not to work individually as individual companies chasing a solution, but rather to work collaboratively as a union to solve the problem of the lack of union in the brain, which is the Alzheimer's disease. Working together, you can create much more than working alone. You will succeed more, and there will be better solutions and better answers for everybody. Union is yoga. Working together is the only way. Loving each other, being together, it's the only way. You were not born alone on this planet. There are 7 billion people. It's not an accident. I wish you love. I wish you light. I wish the pharmaceutical giants great success. And I predict in 5 to 10 years, Alzheimer's is history. All of my love. Namaste.